Hey, this is Howells-Barby. I'm going to show you how you can make an integrated results dashboard to keep track of all of your different digital campaigns, whether that's to look at your blog content, whether it's to look at the SEO performance, whether it's to look at your social media strategy, sales, conversions, all of these different things that you would use to track and measure the performance of your campaigns and integrate all of those into one platform. Now, using a tool that I've recently been testing out, Scythe, you can do all of this, and it's worth just mentioning now, I've got no affiliation with Scythe at all, and I think there are some other kind of competitors that do a kind of similar thing where you can integrate lots of different services, which I've tried out a few. In my opinion, Scythe is incredibly powerful. Not only that, but it's also free to use, but it's limited. And moving forward, if you want to kind of go premium, it only costs, like, I think it's $19. Let me just check this out. Yeah, $19 a month. So I have a paid account at $19 per month. And you can create as many dashboards as you want. You can have all kinds of different widgets, and I'll go into more details about what this actually entails as we go on. But let me just show you one of the things that I've just recently set up for MatthewBarby.com. So this is one of my dashboards that I have set up. And what I can see is in any time frame, so looking at October, we can see SEO stats. And this is using Moz, so it looks at number of backlinks, the Moz rank, the page authority, domain authority of my site, the overall traffic coming through over this period of time, organic search traffic. And it's worth noting, by the way, this is completely bespoke. You make whatever you want to track, and I'll show you how we can do that in a bit. Facebook pages, I've only just set up really Facebook for this, and this has been mainly for Facebook ads, but as you can probably see by the small burst there, but obviously you can imagine with any campaign that you run on Facebook on, you can do full tracking of the performance on a month-by-month basis, daily basis, whatever you want. I can have a look at the email subscribers through this period of time that have came in through my website. So I have different lists set up for different things. So one of the things I've just kind of I've set up that have ongoing is my email list through MailChimp. So this integrates with MailChimp. So I've had 338 new subscribers in the month. I've also got here a different subscription which I've literally just rolled out yesterday, I think that was. Yes, rolled it out yesterday, and I've had 10 subscribers to download my ebook on monetizing your blog. Also, this hooks up to WordPress here. This, I suppose, if you've got multiple people authoring, this helps the new users. The number of posts that have went out, so I've only posted one post this month, which some of you may have read about my social media strategy. The number of comments within the month, which is really great to kind of see, and you can track engagement. Twitter, total number of tweets, that's not just this month, that's kind of my overall stats that I've chosen to look at. How many people I'm following, my followers, along with this growth figure, so I'm up 11% in followers. The number of Twitter users that have me in lists, so I'm in 186 lists, and how many people I've favorited, or how many tweets I've favorited, should I say. And you can see in a nice kind of graph here. You may think, oh, these aren't very visible, but it's just worth noticing you can make these a lot bigger to make them more visible. It's just, I've got a bit of OCD about everything being in the perfect size. So also Google Plus, how many people have circled me? So I've got 2,335 followers. I can track the progress of growth there. LinkedIn, how many first-degree connections I've got, second-degree connections. Also, track keyword rankings. This is I'm still waiting for some things to come in now. These take about 24 hours to populate, but you can track as many different keywords as you want. And you don't need to have a paid subscription to any tools to hook this up. It's all free, which is great. Have my YouTube, so how many views I've had in the month. percentage increase, number of comments, favorites, likes, subscribers. I would imagine you can see a few reds there. It's probably because I've been moving over to Wistia and putting less focus on YouTube. And also just nice little real-time Google Analytics, how many people are on the blog at the moment, that I can just see whenever I log into the dashboard. So you're probably starting to get a good idea of how, if you're a digital marketer and you have clients, you could use this. Really powerful, and you can put in some specifics around conversion metrics, etc., all within there. If you're just a blogger, you can do things like this. I mean, this is just to track the performance of my blog. If you're a business, you can track all kinds of things, and I'll go into some detail now about the different services that Scythe hooks up to. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to create a new dashboard. So we'll just call this test dashboard. So add the dashboard here. So the way that you can do this is you add widgets. So you got widgets here. You can go into edit the dashboard name. You can change and add a background image if you wanted. You can have public URLs. So if you're using clients, you could share the dashboard with them in a read-only format. If you want this kind of projected onto a TV that's kind of running live across the day, across a number of people, you can have the TV to hook up, and then it can kind of rotate every 10 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever you want, across all the different dashboards. So if you're in the office, really nice feature. You can export the dashboards as well. I'll just click this just to show you. As a PNG, JPEG, PDF, CSV, you can do individual widgets or schedule in an email to export. So you've got that option as well. Or you can just delete the dashboard. So let me go in now and show you some of the different widgets that you can use. This is how you build up the dashboard. So advertising. If you do any pay-per-click or AdSense, if you've got a site where you've got AdSense running, you can have you can add in an AdSense widget that will just hook up through your Google account, and you can go in and track total click-throughs, earnings, page views, etc. Your AdWords, you can track any clicks, costs, impression, conversions, all in a different dashboard coming through. Double click as well, and Marchex if you use that for call tracking. So really interesting set of kind of reporting dashboards that you can create just around advertising itself. Blogging, this was the piece that I had specifically around showing how many posts, how many comments, how many different users on the blog at each time. Now, all you need to do is with this, you install a free Scythe WordPress plugin. You can just search for it in the WordPress directory, add that into your WordPress blog. It gives you a little key, and then, or I think you copy and paste over some code into the plugin, and then it's done. Starts pulling it in automatically. You can add in some CSV data. So if you've got your own spreadsheets that you want to add in to mix into this, or a Google spreadsheet that maybe you want something specific to start reporting on, you can add that data in. You can have it as a line charts, bar graphs, pie graphs, whatever. This just means that if there isn't specifically like an API that's going to link up here, this might just be like your pipeline that you want to manage, or it could be maybe you've got some custom keyword rank tracking that you use for SEO, or you've got a social media content schedule plan that you want to link in and show the results that you plug in already. Maybe another member of your team does that. Link it straight up here and you can pull it in. Similarly, an iframe, if you already have an existing dashboard that maybe does like a small amount of things, pull it in with an iframe and you've got it plugged in there. If you want to add in any kind of image, whether that's just for branding purposes or not, you can do that. A private URL again, a push API, RSS feed could be of your blog, or it could potentially be of an RSS feed that you've set up as a Google alert to maybe track through any mentions of the brand, and any text, HTML that you want to plug in there specifically. So you've got a nice set of customizable options that you can use. It's just worth saying as well that at this point, when you just have a free account, you can use with all the functionality that you would with a premium account. The only thing is you're limited to, I think it's 5 widgets that you can use. For every user you refer, you get to, as a free account, you get to use an extra kind of dashboard. Sorry, not an extra dashboard, an extra widget. So there's an opportunity to potentially not even have to use the full premium account here. You can just use the free account and get some good results from it. This was something that I really liked. Hooks up to Aweber, Campaign Monitor, Constant Contact, Get Response, iContact, MailChimp, SendGrid. I use MailChimp and also Get Response quite a lot. So you can track on things like the list growth, the total emails sent, number of bounces, unsubscribers, forwards, opens, clicks, anything. I'll show you what that kind of looks like as we go into it. Gmail as well. I love this feature. One thing that I suppose individuals and businesses don't really track a lot is how productive you are. How many unread emails have you had over this month compared to last month? Are you responding? This could even hook up to maybe one of your sales team to kind of check through potential leads that are coming in. So it's something that you can use that could work really well in collaborative environments. Monitoring, Amazon Cloud. You can hook up straight to there if you use Amazon Web Services. Google Alerts, like what I was talking about before, this will just hook it straight up for you. Google Trends, particularly nice if you want to kind of track some of the key keywords that you are focusing on trying to bring through traffic in, to kind of see what the uptake has been, or how the different specific topics or industries that you're involved in are actually becoming in terms of popularity, and maybe you can just adjust your strategy based around that. But nice thing to look at, to be fair, and have visually displayed to you in an easy to use format. Pingdom, you have to have an account on Pingdom, but if you do, which I would imagine a lot of agencies that manage a lot of websites, or if you've got a website where you've got a lot of traffic on, you do. I used to have a Pingdom account. I don't anymore. I don't really know why, to be honest, that I cancelled it. It was just kind of a bit of housekeeping, and I just wasn't using it a lot. Probably something I'm going to look at now, though, to add in, because I can just constantly monitor the uptime, response time, logs, etc. Of the website. Probably one of the reasons why I didn't use things like Pingdom before is just because it's an extra place to log into. You find you're not really looking at it. Yes, they have a mobile app, but how many people check it? Especially if you've only got a single website that you're tracking. So this kind of really works quite nicely to bring everything together and help you use a lot of the tools that you weren't before. Basecamp, I know a lot of people in the digital marketing industry use this. I love Basecamp. I also really like Highrise from similar creators, so that you can kind of track any events, to-dos, updates. Just having little things like your to-do list from Basecamp involved within your results dashboard just makes everything run a lot simpler. And similarly with Highrise, if you've got any new deals coming through, you can almost have like a mini pipeline management. GoToWebinar, any registrants that you've had come through, so you can map that all out. Great feature. Google Calendar maps out any of your upcoming events, so you could have really a dashboard that's focused all around planning. A countdown timer, perfect for anyone running up to specific promotions. You can have a countdown in your dashboard, or if it's like a live launch date of something, you can have multiple widgets from the same thing as well. iTunes Connect, app downloads, updates, revenue, purchases. If you own mobile apps that you're monetizing, again, fantastic way of managing that. Digital clocks, nice as well if you're doing this on TV mode and you're working in multiple time zones. Just a nice little visual cue. Similarly, weather, you can pull in the weather if you really want to do that. Again, nice little extra feature. Sales and finance. This is one of the things that really interested me. I mean, I've used dashboards before where we can kind of just pull in things like Google Analytics and pull in maybe keyword rankings and some stats around your social activity. And that's great because you've got a lot of that engagement focused and also traffic results driven stuff. But being able to do things like linking up to FreshBooks, how many invoices and expenses have gone out. You can have like a real-time profit and loss showing up here, linking up to your PayPal balance and activity, especially if you've got a merchant account. You can have a live feed, not only of web traffic and your online conversion rate, but actually transactions coming through at the back end. Really, really good stuff. Similarly with Eventbrite, if you are working on event stuff, you can have tickets and sales and orders coming through, again with PayPal as well. Recurly, your account, subscribers, transactions, and if you've got Salesforce, you start really being able to look at all of your lead management, pipeline management, tasks, contacts, the similar kind of thing you would do that mixes the accounting side, lead generation side, with project management as well. Shopify, if any of you use that within your online stores, manage orders and sales, and Xero for your payments and invoices, income, expenditure, etc. So lots of options here for different services that we use. But one of the nice things I really like about Scythe is that almost on a weekly basis they're adding new services and new integrations. If you just look at the Scythe blog, you'll see that it's like each blog post, although the blog isn't full of like amazing content, it's kind of like we've just added PayPal, Infusionsoft, QuickBooks. Next week it's like we've just added GetResponse and MailChimp, and it's like constantly having a lot of stuff in here. Another thing, SEO, Google Webmaster Tools. Pull in that and you can have kind of lots of different information pulling in from your Webmaster Tools. Moz, like what I've shown you, where I had the total backlinks, the domain authority, page authority. You don't even need to have a Moz account for this. It will hook straight up using their own API. So perfect. You don't even need an extra service there, which is the case with a few of the things here. Similarly, daily keyword rank trackings. You don't need a paid account here. You don't even need to set up a free account. It just all gets integrated within Scythe. So you've got keyword trackings for free. Social media, again, so much choice here, which is just great. If you use the Add This plugin for WordPress or any other content management system, you can track the shares and clicks on your content and links. Similarly, Bitly, if you're using Bitly for your social campaigns or to share content anywhere else online, you can track all of the shares and clicks that have come through on the monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis via your dashboard. Have a look at your Facebook pages, the likes, clicks, overall activity, and go into a lot of detail there. Similarly with Flickr, Google Plus, and Google Plus Search. You can have a look at Instagram, your photos, your followers you're following. Check out your Clout score, LinkedIn connections. I mean, you're starting to see here all the things that you can pull in to make completely bespoke dashboards. It's incredible what you can actually pull in here. You've got all your Pinterest boards, pins, likes, followers, and following, so you can track growth or just activity. The nice thing here as well is that you can even track kind of things like competitors and stuff as well. You've got SlideShare, Twitter search if you want to track any mentions of your brand name or hashtags that are going off if it's for like a competition or a campaign that you're running. Vimeo and YouTube, again, I've shown you that in my dashboard. If you use Zendesk, you've then got your whole kind of customer service section that's going to be added in and monitored on, similarly with Desk. And then Web Analytics. We're not just focusing on Google Analytics here. We've got lots of different stuff. So you can track Alexa traffic if you wanted to do that. Chartbeat, Compete, Google Analytics, and you can go into so much detail. It's not just pull in your overall traffic. You do whatever you want here, whether it's the audience report, traffic report, content behavior reports, conversions, event tracking, the lot. And you can even use custom segments on there. Real-time traffic, Go Squared, Mixpanel as well. And if any of you guys have used Mixpanel, you'll know how powerful that is for tracking intelligence around your web visitors and online properties, so that you can really boost your marketing work that you're doing there. But that adds an extra layer of intelligence and tracking and measurement. Similarly, Quantcast, You can check out Quantcast metrics on competitors or other websites or your own, and using Unbounce for the conversion funnel, leads, and top pages across the site. So at this current moment in time, on the 1st or the 2nd of November 2014, this is what's here. No doubt that's going to increase. So let me just show you what we can kind of do when we add these in. So I've went through all of the different things, and there is so much here, but it's so simple. So we just go Google Analytics. Let's add in Google Analytics. So you add your widget in here, and you can move it all around. Obviously, it's not showing any data yet. You can make it as big as you like. First thing you do, and this is exactly how you set up everything. You just go to Configure Widget. So you give it a title. So let's just do it for my food blog, for example. Let's just say overall traffic. So I just want to have a look at all of the traffic coming through to my site. So let's just go through here. Pescatarian Kitchen. Metrics. So I can go, I'll just show you all the different things you've got here. You've got all the different reports. You can just do an overview, which is what I'm going to do here. But you can have a look at specific users, sessions, new sessions, page views per session, operating systems, every kind of report that you've got here in your usual Google Analytics you can do. And it's so powerful. I mean, it's really, really good. Events overview, conversions overview, e-commerce. So I mean, you can have full e-commerce tracking as you go through. Any app related stuff that you've got going on as well. So we just have an overview, and then again, segments. So you can go onto your custom segments across your own Google Analytics account. Really powerful. I don't want to do that. You just go Save Widget. So let's just do. You can change the timescales if you want. You can have a little look at just some of the sessions coming through. Make that as big as you want, as small as you want. So you can have that coming through. We could then go in to add widget, and you can have multiple widgets from the same source. So if I wanted to say, okay, overall web traffic there, which is great, but I want to just have a little look at the traffic that's coming in from, let's just say, organic search only, for example. So let's just overview. So I can just have a look at the overview metrics, and then I'll just segment it by organic traffic. Save widget. And it's done. And you're pulling in organic traffic coming through to the site. Then we could maybe say, right, let's have a look at the Facebook page growth and what kind of activity we've had. I'm going to add Facebook pages. Let's add this down here. Sorry, I hate things being not aligned properly. I'm going to my Facebook account. By the way, you'll notice my things are already linked up. Literally all you do, you'll just have, when you open up a new account, it'll be kind of like add an account. You just press add. It will open up the little box to log in by Facebook. Press allow. Done. It takes 2 seconds. It's worth just mentioning that. And look at all the things you can do on Facebook. So you can have overview. You can have people engaged in the past 28 days, engagement rate, the stories, the story type, the reach overview. So I'll show you a few of these. So we can also have things like check-ins, likes, like growth. So maybe we just have just a little look at like growth, for example. Got 5% like growth, and you've got a nice chart there. So that could just be a little thing that you wanted to view in on. We can go through to example reach. Have a look at the reach on a day-by-day basis of a Facebook page. Have a look at people engaged, for example. Look at the engagement, number of people we've had engaged on the Facebook page on a day-by-day basis. I mean, this is just so powerful to be able to get all in one place. So if we just had an overview, and it'd be like Facebook stats, for example, call it. And there we go, we've got a nice overview of all the different things: reach, views, engagement, clicks, likes. It's really, really good stats that you can bring in. We can do this for all kinds of things. So let's just, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Go through to add widgets, and maybe we want to have a look at, let's see what we could bring in. Maybe let's look at Pinterest, because I don't think I've actually hooked up my Pinterest account. So if we just plonk Pinterest in here. In fact, I haven't even looked what we can bring in Pinterest. So, desk, kitchen. And you see, look, you don't even need to be logged in for Pinterest. So I could type in any username and get stats. This could be all around all of my competitors. It could be anything. So just go save widget. And you're pulling in the stats straight away. So this will track from the day we begin tracking it, and it will show all of the growth. But if you think, what you could have here is maybe on the right hand side here, a load of your different competitors. You don't need to have access to their account, but you can monitor their growth, what's going on in terms of the number of pins they're sending out. It's fantastic, really good way to do. And I mean, you could have separate dashboards, competitor research, you could have conversion dashboards, all kinds of things that you can add in. LinkedIn, SlideShare, YouTube, Instagram. So look at something else that we could bring in. So maybe email, for example, MailChimp. Use MailChimp actually a bit. Let's just see how that comes in. MailChimp. No. Add account. So that's my username. Soon find out. No, it's not. Just wait for this to log in. It's authenticated, and now what I can do is I can report on specific campaigns if I want to, or I can go through and track the list growth. So the growth in subscribers, nice and healthy. It's been up by 577 subscribers this month. So you can kind of see that in a nice little widget. Sure, make that look nice and steep. Right. So you've got your email subscriber list growth. You can have, again, in your analytics. I'm wondering if I've got something in analytics that's a bit more conversion focused that I could show here. So if we go here, let's go to conversions or events maybe. Sorry, I'm just playing around with this now just to double check that I've got something to show you. So what we can see is things like event tracking across the site. So I can measure the different events that have happened. I could even go in. I do quite a lot of event tracking. So to event actions. So I can see the scroll depth across the site. I could go in and have a look at some other stuff. So let's have a little look. Actual events themselves. Total events coming through, so you can measure all of that. In some of my other dashboards, I'll show you some more conversion focused stuff. We've got things like the total conversions coming through on a monthly basis with the conversion rate for different specific conversions that you want to track, so you can measure all of this, and it can work really well to actually show the different conversions on the account, which is a great thing to do. If we go back into our test dashboard, so it's really versatile. I mean, I use this for a load of my clients, as well as for kind of personal use as well. And if you ever want to get rid of a widget, you just drop it off there. So it's really powerful. And I hope you're starting to see how you could potentially use something like this to start bringing everything together in one place, start viewing everything, all of your activity holistically, and measuring it properly. So if I show you the thing with Moz, where I was mentioning to you that you don't actually need to actually have access to a paid account on Moz. You don't need to have access to the website. So let me just type in anything. For example, let me just look at HTTP. Let's just go to MatthewBarby.com for now. Let's click that. And there I've got all the Moz stats that I can bring in for Matthew Barby. And you could have that for your competitors' websites, just change the title, etc. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. So I mean, when you kind of think about this, I'm just going to go back to my dashboard. You can start to see that it's actually incredibly powerful, and this can all be running live throughout the day. You can go in and schedule reports to come through, export them, and send them off to your clients, have them for your own records. You can change the dates to get different data through different periods of time, so you can do kind of retrospective analysis. Have a look where you're at across all your different platforms in one place. And above anything, what I find this is enabling me to do a lot more is find areas where I would spend a lot of time trying to identify where I'm kind of having leaks. So maybe I've seen a drop in traffic. Why have I seen that drop? Okay, what I can have a look here is I can check out if there's been less activity on Twitter. Have I had less kind of click-throughs coming from Facebook? Is my organic traffic down, or is it rising? What's my kind of activity on YouTube been? Could that be a contributing factor? And all of this is in one dashboard here that I can quickly go in. I can even manage my keyword rank tracking, so I can track to see if I've dropped off in certain places. Have a look if although web traffic's down, are conversions up, and what else is going on in terms of actual sales and things going on in the pipeline? What's happening in terms of our customer service? All of these things can be looked at, and it's just really powerful. And I think if you're looking at building up a dashboard from an out-of-the-box solution where you don't necessarily want to spend a fortune on having something completely bespoke made for you, I really suggest checking out Scythe. I've been checking it out and really have only got to kind of the tip of the iceberg at the moment, but very powerful tool, would certainly recommend it. So have a little look at the product, check it out, see what you can do. If you have any questions, let me know, or I'm sure you can just hit up the guys at Scythe and they'll be able to help you out.